All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our second night of the Week 1 Winter League. This is Rye Guy 3745 here with you, along with Secret Agent Mand. Mand.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Ragat.
Alright. So we've got a kind of very interesting race here tonight. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, it won't be the last time tonight. These are some runners that do a lot of Z1, Zelda 1 randomizer, but they're over here in Dragon Warrior 1, and they've actually been picking up a lot of, I want to say, becoming very experienced very quickly. SassageLink and Stags, we've seen them in many tournaments before. We've seen cparsley around in a few tournaments before. And I feel like every time I turn on Discord, I see Ladob posting or doing seeds or something like that. So you're some pretty experienced runners, even if you may know them from over in the Zelda world. They've got a couple of twists coming their way, though. We're not doing the usual randomizer you may know and love, but you can see there in little in the middle there, we've got some. Oh, just went away and said that. We've got some twists there. Man, would you like to run down the twists for us we've got this evening?
Yeah, so one of the biggest ones will be the combination of no shuffled chests and searches and random chest locations. Basically, that means that the chests will be random because their locations are random, but the search spots will be absolutely vanilla. So armor, will be in Hawksness, token, will be on the overworld search spot, and flute, you sadly know will be in coal. It also goes along with no magic keys, which means you can get anywhere you want to immediately. You can potentially do an opening gold grind. You also know you'll get a little bit of gold in the throne room itself. And the other big ones would be random XP requirements and very fast experience. Those are really gonna speed things up generally, although you never know how long it's going to be into the next level, and sometimes these levels can get a little bit trolly. Beyond that, we also have speed hacks, alternate run algorithm, easy quote-unquote Sherlock, as everyone says, small map, and we also have summer sale and treasure guards tri-stated. So those will be on individually based on the piece of gear or the chest or search, chest or search tile. So they may not all roll on, they may not all roll off. You never really know with those two.
Yeah, those are always fun, especially the treasure guards. There's always a pause of like, when I step on a treasure chest, am I going to have to fight something or not? I believe it was Keeglis who said his notes for this week's flag set were find Hawksless Cantlin, search for harp, stones, and sword. That's pretty much what we boil down to, right? We know where the token's going to be on the overworld, as you said. It's kind of a race to Hawksness too, because you know the armor's going to be there. But the other one that's really fun too is that very fast experience you mentioned, man. Sometimes levels get spread out, but also sometimes you kill one enemy, get 9 levels and 72 power. So we'll see if we get that here tonight.
Yeah, there are definitely two very big flavors sometimes with this. It can also be the in-between, but you got the two extremes where sometimes you'll kill a couple mobs, especially if you have Hurt More and you just get into a diagonal early. You can kill a couple mobs with Hurt More and then just be go. Or you can end up with like a level that's, despite all reason, 10k away. But we're going to find out soon.
Yes, our heroes are listening to the king's super exciting speech, and we'll see we have gold. We have a pause. Guessing that's the stream catching up. We have a torch. Okay, that'll help get us off level 1 if we need it. And of course, we have money in the back. Since no keys are required, all magic key treasure chests are replaced with money, so that's what the money's doing up there.
And this is kind of interesting because you got 2 gold chests instead of just the 1. So you could already have enough money. Now, they're probably all going to do a gold grind anyway, or at least try to do a gold grind, although Stags doesn't look like he's going to go back up. But there is the danger of, if there's a treasure guard in here, you could lose all that money. So they're hoping for a gold grind, but this wizard might take all of their money that they worked so hard for by, picking up 2 chests. Yeah, I don't think there was a single gold chest among them.
For you fans of the future Dragon Warrior games out there, the wizard is playing Mimic tonight. But I don't know, the gold grind is I kind of feel like maybe the gold grind is not, maybe it's good that they can't do it, because a lot of times I feel like it's faster to go out in the world and get your experience and get your like 10 levels in one go, but we'll see too how that works out.
Although there was a gold chest and Ladob did manage to get access to it, so I think he's the only one who's going to go with the gold grind. Meanwhile, Swamp below with a torch.
Ooh, Swamp Cave. Make sure to check those 2 treasure chests, right? Remember, it is random chest locations, so Swamp Cave has actually 3. Probably can't access the one with the princess yet, but there are the 2 in the upper and lower corner, though doesn't look like Stag's able to get very far.
Yeah, not really much. Honestly, I was gonna say not really much ability to take out a wolf, but at 7 AP, you don't really have much ability to take out anything at all.
And you again see the random chest locations come into play with our runners going to the back of Tantegel. They don't need keys for that, of course, and checking their 2 spots back there that could have treasure chests. Doesn't look like either one got treasure chests. Meanwhile, Stags is looking at this ghost and probably about to chuck a torch at it, I would guess.
May not remember he has the torch, because I think he doesn't take that much to get into kill range with a ghost.
Or may decide he doesn't need it. Ooh, interesting. Ladob finding a torch at the top of Swamp North. Torches, if we only have 7 strength, if you can get a bunch of torches and start chucking them at things, that could actually be a big help. Like that Scorpion, for example.
Yeah, obviously not able to take it down with 1 HP anyway, but now he knows it's there, and if he does know he has the torch in his inventory, that can be a really quick bit of experience. Meanwhile, the first level.
Yeah, Ladob chucking one of the torches he found at a ghost and picking up a nice 9 power level. Just 1 modest level, but I'm sure there'll be more to follow.
More importantly than that, even, the Hurtmore is on that level, so now he can take on anything, not that there's anything in Tablet Cave to take on.
Ooh, I missed the Hurtmore. Yes, that's going to make him a bit stronger.
Now, this is the one check that I'm curious on, because you might save a little bit of time fading this until you get outside and radiant. But I think all the races are actually going to take this check.
Yeah, Tablet with random treasure chests is a bit more palpable because you have 3 possibilities in there. And actually, Ladob did find the Stones of Sunlight in there too, and all of our racers look like they're going to get that. I think we also saw Jerk Cave in the back of Tantegel, so we're starting to find some locations here, starting to find some items. It's a little sad that the one treasure guard we saw in Tantegel is the wizard. That's not susceptible to Hurtmore, which usually Hurtmore will get you through most of the treasure guards, but not that wizard.
Yeah, I think that and the DK are the only things that can't have a chance of really Hurtmoring at all from the treasure guard list.
This Scorpion will be Hurtmored though, and Ladob will pick up I was going to assume another level, but looks like not.
A little bit of a gap there. Ooh.
Stags is trying out his Hurtmore against the Green Dragon and sadly didn't quite get it. You got to throw it there, but what is that? I think someone said it's like a 25-33% chance of killing it.
Yeah, it's not terrible odds, but the reward is so much better. And oh, that's unfortunate. Speaking of, Sausage runs into one of the best enemies to Hurtmore and doesn't have level 2, so dies to the Rogue Scorpion. Oh.
And Ladob proving our point here that when you have keys, when no keys are required, or when you have keys, the first town you find is always Remulder. So Ladob has stumbled into Remulder, and sadly with his gold grind, only able to find the Flame Sword. And I say sadly because with Hurtmore, that's not as big of a deal, though that might help him get back to that wizard a little faster.
Yeah, if you don't run into like a Fairywater town, that's probably the quickest way to get into range to take on that wizard, is having that Flame Sword.
And as Chad is pointing out too, we mentioned there's only 3 items we really care about in treasure chests, and one of them was the unguarded Stones of Sunlight. That means that we're now 50-50 for the treasury, having either the sword or the harp, and those are both, Stags find the harp cave. Those are both kind of urgent things. Well, maybe not the sword so much because we have Hurtmore, but the harp, you like to have that so you can go get it traded in. So we'll see when we can actually kill that wizard.
Yeah, especially if you're in Ladob's case, I want it to be the harp instead of the sword, because you've already got pretty good attack power with the Flame Sword, but having that solar harp, just being able to make that trade in the second you find that trading cave is so key.
Although it looks like Harp Cave's not super far away, so I don't think that'll make a big deal. I missed it. Parsley did a belt grind at some point, it looks like. I guess he's planning to sell the belts for money if he needs to. And Sausage... I was wondering if Sausage was going to go for that wizard, but looks like he was just grabbing other stuff in the treasury. Hurtmore is being kind of rude to our runners here. Looks like Ladob will get the Rogue Scorpion. We saw a Green Dragon didn't go down, an Axe Knight didn't go down, a Rogue Scorpion back attack. So even though we have Hurtmore, the enemy's not playing super nicely, but Ladob getting that Rogue Scorpion and probably a bunch of levels, I would assume, here. Yeah, 4 levels.
Ooh, that may be a mistake on Sassage's part, though. I don't think he checked the bottom chest location.
Ooh, I've done that. It's just so weird to have treasure chests in Swamp. It's so easy to forget about one, so hopefully that doesn't end up mattering. But he does have a town over here.
Ooh.
Ooh, well, look at that. He has Hurtmore, so he can definitely go after the spike tile. But this metal slime, oh, the metal slimes have the Wombo combo, I believe, right?
Diet Wombo, it's only little breath, but I mean that's enough when it's a metal slime and you can't do a doggone thing aside from get lucky on it. Oh my goodness.
Well, at least Sausage knows where it is. Stags getting an Armored Knight, Ladob getting a Green Dragon. We're going to see some levels here, I would assume.
Oh yeah, that's a fair bit of HP and pretty much all the stats. That's got to be, yeah, that's... I think they were already higher than level 2, at least one of them was, so I think that probably wasn't all 8 levels, but it certainly was most of them.
Yeah, this is one of the great ones where you have 300 experience, you're at level 10 already. And actually Ladob getting another, I think it was a Green Dragon kill, and he's on 12 now at 400-ish experience, so this is definitely a quick experience seed.
Yeah, not sure if he was going to take that on seriously, but the back attack takes out any chance that he might have had. Oh no, it was cparsley, he's still level 2.
Ladob is in the princess room, was checking for the box. There's no treasure in there. Looks like he's going to rescue the princess because we do know the coordinates will be required. There'll be the token. We don't know if there's going to be a treasure guard to help us with our count, though. So he might be just rescuing the princess just in anticipation of that count being bad.
And Stag's in an unfortunate situation and does not survive the back attack Armored Knight. Managed to get one Hurtmore off, but the back attack really hurts your odds at this level of HP, especially since I think he was a bit lower than max at that point.
Stags with his 91 attack power looks like he's going to go after that wizard. He picked up heal more on one of those levels, so this should be pretty routine. And it is. He's going to get a couple more levels, and we'll see if it's Harp or Sword. Chat point out it's slightly more likely for Harp because Harp can't roll into Charlock. And it is the Harp.
Well, so now there's only one chest you care about if you're a Stags.
There's technically little things like maybe the Death Necklace. We have 114 HP. I guess technically the Fighter's Ring. You might pretend to care about those. But yes, you're right. There's pretty basically one chest we really care about at this point.
Yeah, this is one of those times, I think, in one of those seeds, when you really almost wish treasure guards were for sure on. Because now you've got to check every single chest still, when if treasure guards were just fully on, you could just, you know, walk over chests, see if they give you something, and if not, then you just decide if you really cared that much about the Fighter's Ring.
But think of all the herbs and wings you'd miss out on.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Looks like Stags has, I'm not sure if he's grinding this spot or just interested in checking the princess out. I wonder, there's a Green Dragon in Swamp. Looks like he is checking the spot. I wonder if any of our runners will be tempted into doing a grind there. I always feel like with these flags, you can just grab experience on the way out there. So I think Stags is not sitting to grind, but he's going to check for the princess. Meanwhile, Ladob has found his way into Mountain using Radiant to check those spots like through the wall, which is nice.
Yeah, I think this is the first deep mountain check we've had, and I don't know that there were any chests in here.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot so far, anyway. There's one, I think. I like, too, these flags are so cute with treasure guards, how you stop one step away from the treasure and heal up just in case. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's always an experience. The worst is when you stop one step in front, heal up, and get an encounter on the chest that could be a treasure guard, and you're like, oh, okay, that's a treasure guard. I did a right, wise decision. And then you just go to check the chest, and, you know, it's herb.
Right, the random encounter masquerading as a treasure guard. It looks like Ladob is back in Tantagle, and he will make short work of that wizard as well. So both Ladob and Stags, I believe they both saw Harp Cave, but they'll both have just their token. And in chat pointing out that the strength is actually not terrible. You might be able to make this go with the Flame Sword only. You might not even need Erdrick's Sword.
See Parsley throwing out a sleep. Not good odds on wizards. That said, with the heal more, he shouldn't really need anything, even if he doesn't have the bigger attack boost yet. You still can just whittle this guy down.
Yeah, Parsley has a rough go of it here because I don't think he has a weapon yet, and so he is dealing like 5 to 7. It looks like there, and he's been going at this wizard a lot, hoping for, I would guess, the sword. So he might be a little disappointed when he finally gets this wizard down, and it's the harp.
Lucky swing by the wizard there. Very easily could have killed him at 1D, but rolls just one under, and will survive that, and should be able to take it down.
Yeah, that was close. That was, Yeah, unfortunately, I don't believe Parsley has seen Remolder yet, so he hasn't had the option to buy any weaponry.
Yeah, real unfortunate there. Oh, Ladob going through Swamp Cave now. We know that Hawksness is actually the exact way he's going. The problem with him is going to be, I don't know if he's going to have enough resources to even see it at this point, now that he's seen that Armor Knight. Oh, Stag's going there too.
Was Stags the one that saw it, or was it was SassageLink that saw it earlier, right? But Stags has seen it now.
There's also a chest in here that Sausage couldn't get to, so this could be the very last thing you need too. Or gold.
More money.
Oh, not even checking the spike tiles, Stags. I guess he's maybe hoping... Oh, okay, he's... I don't know about that. He's going to try to maximize his HP by going this way to run into less swamp, but the problem is the extra tiles will just cost him HP anyway.
Yeah, both Ladob and Stags are in the unfortunate position where they don't really have the resources to take on whatever's here, but at least they've both seen Hawksness, and I think it was just through swamp, right? So it's not that far away. They can swing back by, and it's a blue dragon, so it's going to require a bunch of MP anyway.
Yeah, their hurt more resistance is good, but Stags might have a... Stags got it!
Wow, that's pretty impressive to get him with... What did Stags have, like 6 MP or something?
Yeah, he just went in there, got a swing, and once he got the swing on, was just like, you know, why not try it? And that'll actually help him continue exploring second continent, whereas Ladob can't really, although Ladob will fade the fight entirely and go explore anyway.
Wow, the swing plus the hurt more, taking the blue dragon down. That's pretty awesome. Sausage looks like he's wrapping up his somewhat boring mountain cave. We know there wasn't much in there, and he's just getting a little experience at least here, so hopefully he at least gets that as his consolation prize.
Yeah, I managed to also get a wizard in there too, I think. See, Parsley, meanwhile, finding, soon to find, Hawksness for the first time.
It looks like he picked up that big power level, so next time he's back home, he'll be able to take out the wizard much easier now. He's got the resources too. He has enough heals. He could hit that blue dragon with a couple hurt mores and pick up his armor right away also.
Yeah, he's gotten in here with more than enough resources to take on the blue dragon as long as he heals before the fight.
It's interesting in a seed like this. I'm not sure. Obviously, you want to pick up the armor eventually, but you have all the spells. We have both more. You have a ton of HP. You have a ton of attack power. If you have to take a few more minutes to get the armor, are you really that sad? Like, Ladob looks like he's back into Hawksness already for the armor, so...
Yeah, it won't take long to get it, even if... Ooh. See, Parsley with a risky hurt more there will also not get it his first attempt. But yeah, it really doesn't matter too much if you have to take an extra run at it. The big deciding factor is really just going to be where is... that last trade-in item. Oh no, I don't. We both got it. We got the chest items, didn't we? We got. Yeah, sword is what I'm.
Right, we're still a sword away, and we don't know the coordinates either. So we need Caitlin, and we maybe need the sword. But Ladob is sitting at, I think, 115 attack power. So you get another big power level somewhere in there. Maybe you don't even need the sword.
Yeah, that's actually going to be one huge advantage potentially for Ladob, is that everybody else stopped at Broadsword. Ladob was the only one to gold grind early on, so he's going to be the only one who can very safely fade Erdrick's Sword potentially if need be, whereas the others will be about 8 points lower, I think.
Yeah, the Flame Sword's 8 more than the Broadsword. Yeah, assuming we get some more big power levels, that could work out for sure. Looks like Sausage got the Blue Dragon kill, so he's going to have his Erdrick's armor. Stags had it originally. Ladob got it as well, so just Parsley now, who has seen Hawksness and can go grab it whenever. It's right where that traffic cone would have been.
Looks like a bit of an issue on cparsley's stream, so might miss some information there. We'll have to try to do a catch-up after he comes back online.
Another thing to consider too with the no Erdrick Sword thing is, have we found the Death Necklace? We haven't. If you stumble across the Death Necklace, I mean, you'd have to stumble across it. We're getting close to Death Necklace HP, so then you can also start talking about Flame Sword win with the Death Necklace possibly.
Yeah, that'll also definitely affect things a lot, and considering you're still searching for Sword, you're going to be checking chests anyway, so decent odds that you run into it.
Yeah, like maybe in Ladob's case, for example, you look around for the sword, but the Death Necklace appears instead. Maybe you give up on searching at that point, kind of thing. Alright, Sausage is back to the Wizard. We know it's just the Harp, and we know Harp Trading is relatively close by, so no big deal there. He'll have that little errand taken care of. And Ladob found Breckenary. I don't believe there were any treasure chests in the inn. He's got a cave up here. He'll probably be hoping is the grave, and it is.
That's a very good find. You're obviously, I think one of the best locations right now still to find is probably Garenham, just because of how many chests can potentially be in there really quickly. But Grave top floor especially can have quite a few, although right now it's looking a bit close to Mountain.
Yeah, Grave has 6 possibilities on the top floor, if they're all there. I wonder if he'll go to the bottom. The bottom has 4 possibilities, so there's decent chances, but obviously that's going to take more time to check.
Yeah, I think it'll probably depend on how many Armor Knights he runs into on the top floor, because those could sap his resources pretty quick.
It looks like we got Parsley back. He looks like he's on level 13. It looks like there's a pretty big gap, though, between 14 and 15. But looks like he's been catching up on experience, and he's in Mountain, so about to get the Mountain Cave disappointment.
Oop. Armor Knights and Stonemen in here, but only one chest, I think, and it was an herb.
All right, so time to see if he's going to go down to the bottom or not. Stag's also in Grave. We'll see what decision they made. Looks like Ladob is headed downstairs.
Though unfortunately has run into the most dangerous enemy in the seed so far.
Well, at least now we have the HP that Baby Breath is not as big a deal, but yes, not exactly what you want to see.
Ooh. Never mind, the Stone Man has DL2 Breath. I think that's our first sighting of it.
Ugh, just another reason to not like Stone Men.
Okay, I missed it. There are apparently 2 chests on the top floor of Grave, and one of them was the Fighter's Ring, so both Ladob and Stags have that now.
Ooh, just chucked 2 more power onto the pile. That'll help if you're trying to go without Erdrick Sword.
Yeah, it's getting up there.
Oh, Ladob's got our first red dragon sighting. Looks like he's going to go after it. He has heal more. He should be okay here. We'll get a chance to see if they have any abilities. Kind of doesn't look like it so far. Meanwhile, Sausage back in Hawksness to kill his blue dragon and get the armor. And I can't see it. Looks like Stags might have been on his way out before hitting this armored knight. So we might have a little bit of a divergence there between Ladob and Stags.
Yeah, it's tough because even though it has 4 chests, potentially it's such a long check, especially with that extra area that Ladob is currently in.
Well, I believe you can see those two treasure chests with full radiant, so I think now he just has to hop to the bottom floor, check these two, and then he can take off.
That's the sad thing, actually. I'm pretty sure you can't actually see the regular last chest with radiant. What you can do is you can go to the regular last chest and see that chest with radiant, but that takes so much more time if you do have to go back there because, you know, then you're reversing through a bunch of grave floors, so it's actually kind of an unfortunate check in that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I usually go. Well, I know you can see it from that center vanilla harp room. I thought you could see it the other way too. But yeah, from the vanilla harp room you can see both of them at least.
Yeah, from that way you can, but I think the other way it's actually just like one tile out of sight.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like the bottom of grave is yielding much. So Stags wandering out of the grave after the top floor might end up working out well for him. Sausage has found Brecconary and it's empty in. Thanks, Brecconary.
Meanwhile, it looks like cparsley is finally making the hotness checks. Had a bit of a rough go of it, but should be able to take down the blue dragon pretty easily.
Yeah, this time he's going to have more resources, so he can hopefully get the hurt more to go, or he might even have enough attack power to just hack at it and, you know, use up his, what does he have, 7 heal mores?
Yeah, it's really rough. There's also another divergence here. I think maybe... Okay, no, I think maybe there's a dead end. So I was going to say that it looked like Ladob and Stags were taking different directions out of grave, but I think they pretty much... There's only one direction out of grave.
Parsley in his blue dragon fight, I believe we had it up here earlier, but blue dragons do have hurt more and heal more. I don't think we've seen the heal more yet. But Parsley did hit the stop spell, so at least the blue dragon will waste some time doing that. And he does get the hurt more to land, so he'll have the armor as well. Again, I don't know if it's that big a deal in a seed like this to be a little late to the armor. We have tons of stuff already, but everyone now has the armor.
Interesting, gonna take a grind here. I think the swamp spike tile was hurt moreable, so that's potentially a better grind. But I mean, you know, it casts a lot, so potentially you can make up some time there anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has checked the swamp spike tile yet. Yeah, I might just be thinking I've got 17 MP left. Let's throw some stop spells, collect up some cheap experience before I go home, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And if it comes down to it, you can also just end up death warping right out of here to get your resources back pretty easily since it's close. Ooh, this is a new town, I think, on Stag screen.
Oh, and it's an important town. We're going to have some coordinates. So Stags, we'll see if any of them care about any sort of shielding. We know Ladob up there has the small shield, and that's the only shield we've seen so far this game. We'll see if Stags maybe tries to locate a large shield, perhaps. Meanwhile, Sausage is in the grave, as mentioned in chat, and as we mentioned too, both caves, both Treasure Cave, Mountain, and Grave, basically worthless. So we'll see if Sausage just leaves now, or if he checks the bottom and gets the disappointment there.
Preston Cantman, Stags is going to be blocked from it for a split second, but the NPC will be nice.
Oh, the game-changing dragon scale. Throw that 2 defense in there. It's great times for Stags. I mean, you might as well take it. It's free, but he'll go check his coordinates now. And Ladob also in Cantland, so they'll both have the coordinates.
I mean, with that dragon scale, I don't think you even need a shield.
I mean, the Dragon Lord's going to be all confused. He's going to see your dragon skill and be like, you're one of mine. And then, then we're free to whatever.
Ooh, that might be a bit of a painful count. That's a fair bit east. I'm not sure if you can go straight east.
Well, fortunately, both Ladob and Stags went for the preemptive princess. So they both have the princess, and I wasn't paying attention to how they got here, but it might be somewhere in this area. So that might even work out for both of them. That might be a downer for, it is. It might be a downer for Sausage and cparsley, who did not preemptively rescue the princess. They're going to have to go back, get the princess, because this doesn't look very easy to count.
Yeah, like you said, though, it's apparently just a little bit to the east from Cantland. So that's really nice time to have the princess just in hand.
Yeah, well, and it'll even be worse if there's no treasure guard on it. It'll be even worse for Sausage and Parsley, though. Parsley might hate this too, because it looks like there might be a wizard on this tile. I think Parsley's had his fill of wizards after that one in Tantagle, but...
That'll give us 16 on Stags' side. Ladob already had that. Did Stags check that location? Was that it?
Oh, I was sort of assuming that was it.
Looks like he just walked away.
Yeah, is he looking for... Does he have enough for, like, severely reduced silver shield money? Is that what he was... That was he going to look for? Or maybe, like, flame sword?
I guess he was just checking for a large shield, but the problem could be that, like, if that was the search spot, he might go right past it now, wondering where the spike tile potentially is.
Well, he does at least have Gwaylin's Love, so he could at least maybe guess that there is no treasure guard and then use Gwaylin's Love to zero in on it. But I'm not sure if that wizard was, but that wizard kind of looked out of place, didn't it?
Yeah, we're about to see on Ladob's side. Yep, that was the treasure guard, so he was right on top of the location. And I guess 16 being ghost stats basically just made him decide to go buy a large shield, even though he was on the location to get token.
Is 16 ghost stats? It's ghost stats with the sword, right? With Erdrick's sword, right? Is flame sword manageable on 16?
Don't quite know yet. Haven't seen a stat look in yet. Definitely with sword, it looks good. Yeah, without sword, not really doable.
Even with the sword, it's a little tight, right? With the sword, Ladob would be up to 128, and it's maybe probably okay, I guess. But he's taking on that red dragon, maybe wanting another level. If the next level's close by, you might as well grab it.
Yeah, especially in Ladob's case, I definitely want to take those red dragons, because I might just be able to skip sword entirely. But, I mean, with sword, especially if you get a couple fairy water, which Cantlin was right there, Breckenary was pretty close, like... That's pretty doable, I'd say. Great HP, very good MP. Like, everything's looking good except for the strength and the fact that you can't have a shield better than large easily. Oh,
Borton set Angel, FM, Spike, Slamu, something reminded me that we would have doubles. For some reason I was assuming Death Necklace. We haven't even found that yet. We wouldn't use it anyway. You're right. With doubles, you'd be fine. And Ladob picking up an extra level in addition. So definitely fine with the sword.
Yeah, man, he's running into a lot of stonemen up here.
And chat pointing out that Stags got the unfortunate news going back to Tantagle, going back to the jerk, and realizing that he was short an item.
That probably was what happened. He probably thought he picked it up, but the level distracted him and he just didn't realize. Oof.
Yeah, I've been there. Ladob picking up his Fairy Flute and Coal. He's got a check to do here. I think the only non-Sharlock locations that we haven't seen are Freebie Cave and Garanham now. We'll get this check and Coal, of course. I think those are the only ones, right?
I believe so, which means that Freebie Cave is inside Garanham. So there's potentially, I think it's 4 in the back of Garanham, 1 in the front of it, and then 3 potential ones in stones, I think, maybe?
That one might be able to have 4, but somewhere in that general vicinity of numbers, yep. Otherwise, we might see some fun trying to look for random treasures chests in Sharlock. It's great times, at least for us.
I mean, you know, Sharlock is easy. Alternate run algorithm, etc., etc. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not like Stonemen get harder to run from and have DL2 breath in this flag set and exact seed, right?
You can run from Stonemen? What?
It's a lot harder in this exact flag set, and Ladob having a bit of an issue remembering where Dirt Cave is. Shouldn't be that much of a time loss, though.
I was wondering if he was having an issue remembering where Jerk Cave is, or if he's just hunting for Garanham to get his last sword checks out of the way. Stags has gone back, collected his token, and he now has the Rainbow Drop. It's interesting with Sharlock right there, while I joke about random chest locations, Sharlock floor 2, I guess basement 1, has an awful lot of treasure chests. You can just pop in, and I believe there's 4 possibilities on that floor, and I think the other side has 2 more possibilities. You could get a couple quick checks done in Sharlock with it being right next to the castle. Maybe not even need to go find Garanham.
Yeah, it's really tempting to just go in there, especially given how far out Garanham must be. Nobody has seen it yet.
Stags is on that green dragon in Swamp, so feeling like 16 is not enough. Parsley is finishing up the disappointing grave dive. And I was going to say, I thought Sausage was in the area of Cantlin, but Sausage has, is this Garanham? Oh, Sausage has Garanham.
Ooh, okay, so we're about to get a lot of information right here on whether or not Sharlock is a good dive or not. It's 1 chest down.
Yeah, Smashy asking in chat, I think that Parsley is still punching, or whatever metal slimes do without arms. But yeah, he's still weaponless, I believe.
Oh, so there's another gold.
Yeah, so far Garanham is a bank, but that's about it. I wonder if Stags and Ladob are both grinding to try and win without a Erdrick sword. That might be a possibility too.
Oh, and sword is in Sharlock, and yeah, it's a possibility. It's obviously a much better possibility in Ladob's case with that flame sword. Like getting their broadsword is always just going to be that little extra bit tougher. It's basically just like not having a death necklace equipped when your opponent does, except, you know, without the HP issue.
Yeah, Ladob grinding especially makes me feel like he's thinking of a flame sword finish because, as we were saying, if he threw the sword on, he would be plenty good to go right now. So I think he's thinking of winning this with a flame sword. Just kill a bunch of green dragons. That'll be faster than getting Erdrick's sword and run to the bottom and win.
Yeah, the other good thing in Ladob's case is if you get the death necklace, you're also in good shape too. So he's got a second out, really.
I guess that's true. The death necklace has to be somewhere in Sharlock as well, huh?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it makes a lot of sense if you're Ladob, I think, to just fake Garanham, because functionally, as long as one of those items didn't roll into the Garanham freebie cave experience, then you're fine. If both of them did, you're in trouble if you skip it, but that's not obviously gonna happen too often given the amount of chests that can be in each location.
Right. Oh, there you go. I was going to say, yeah, Sausage was in Cantlin, or he is in that Cantlin area, right? Popped up on his screen. Did he pop in and get the coordinates? I don't know that I saw that, but I definitely saw Cantlin on the screen.
I mean, if he was in Cantlin, I got to imagine he did, and we just missed it. But it's hard to tell because this map is just kind of windy.
I guess also we got to remember, too, that Sausage and Parsley don't have the princess, so it's not an option for Sausage to just pop out and check the coordinates, unfortunately.
Yeah, like, if you feel really good in your location getting, you maybe just say, oh, I'm close to it, I'll just wander around, and if I find something, I can kill it and hope. But obviously then you have to get lucky and run into that single tile of wizard, which I think he's a bit above right now, actually.
Yeah, we also have to hope a treasure guard exists, too. It might not have a treasure guard, in which case you're searching for nothing.
Yeah.
Ladob took a long look at his stat screen and was back on the dragon, now is taken off, so I wonder if he's maybe off to buy some fairy waters. He's going to try to use some fairy waters to get him started on that fight and win with the flame sword that way.
Yeah, it's if you the one thing that's kind of risky about that for Ladob is that you're already in a situation where either, like in Stag's case, that definitely makes sense because he doesn't have Erdrick's sword, he doesn't have flame sword. So if he gets the death necklace, he's still not in range without fairy water, and even then it's kind of tricksy. But Ladob is in the situation where I don't really know that he needs fairy water. It could just be he's going for this inn right here, actually.
We're still assuming a death necklace or sword, right? Because I feel like 120 is not getting the job done no matter how many doubles you get. So he's going to have to find some stuff on the way down.
Yeah, you need at least one item if you're Ladob, and if you're Stags, you can't win it with the Death Necklace. Although, I mean, you could, but it's that loss of HP makes it a bit scarier, obviously.
Oh, Ladob is back into Swamp, so maybe going to purchase some Fairy Waters, not going to the Spike Tile.
Yeah, he's going to the other side, which is... Did he not trade in Jerk, maybe? Or, oh, okay, maybe he's... Yeah, Broken Arrow is right here, so he's just going for Fairy Water here. And also doesn't have Herbs, that makes a lot of sense, too. Herbs is... I mean, with this HP level, you can get away without doing Herbs, obviously, but it's a lot... It's always painful to go into Sherlock without Herbs.
Yeah, Sausage is in Swamp, rescuing his princess. I don't think Parsley has made it to Cantlin yet. If I remember the map, I think he's just a touch north of it, though. So he should have Cantlin soon and get the bad news that he's going to have to go back and get the princess as well.
Yeah, I think that's the northwest portion away from Cantlin that he's in right now.
Well, he's currently in the Knight's Gauntlet, I believe. Definitely what you want to find when you're looking for a town. Super, super helpful, these guys. They're really good with directions, I hear.
It's also kind of worrying in his case because he's starting to run out of MP. If he runs into too many more of those, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, no, that's a cave. Okay, no, that's mountain. So I'm not sure exactly... Could be he circled back around and got into a wrong location.
Stags is, looks like, taking out this red dragon. He's back in that Cantlin area as well. Ladob leaving Tantega with his full resources and going, and as, we'll just go with Beta this time, said, you would, thinking probably going to dive to the bottom and hope it's there. The random chest locations, a majority of them are on the very bottom. So earlier I was suggesting pop in and check a couple of them close to the top just to see. But the majority of the random chest locations are on the bottom. So there's a decent chance that one of those two items you're looking for rolled into the bottom.
Yeah, the other thing is that you can also... there's some chests along the way, too, which is helpful. But no, it looks like he's going to do a full check. Meanwhile, I think Stags, as Chad is noting, is actually searching for other locations. He also hadn't found coal yet. So he's going to try to find coal. Maybe now he's going to try to find Garenham. And if he does, that's really going to cost him some time if this goes well for Ladob.
I do kind of like Ladob jumping into those two. There are two random locations right there that are relatively on the way that I feel like they're not that much of a detour. Why not check them? It would be a detour to go to the right and check the ones on the other side of basement 2 or whatever, but those two are really quick checks. So yeah, why not check those? I kind of like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of checks that you can make that are not that much of a detour. That like maybe you have to go a single floor down. Maybe you have to look at the bottom side of a floor that you usually just walk through. There's a lot of checks that you can make on the way down really easily, and so that's why I really love this play for him. Oh, but Stags is also making it now. I guess Stags decided to fade Garenham when Cole turned out a bust for him.
Yeah, if we're doing some treasure checks, I believe the right side has 3 possible chest locations, and there is one on the way down that's way out of the way. It's in that spirally, or 2. There are 2 in that spirally dead end room over there. So you're fading a few chests, but the bottom has like a dozen. The bottom floor has like a dozen spots that could pop treasure chests. So I think that's pretty much where we're headed now in the Dobbs case. We'll see. Yeah. Stags is going to do the same thing. Going to check those 2 spots and head probably down to the bottom.
Yeah, you have the nine chest grid. That's where the usual chests are, and then you have another 4, I think. So it's pretty good location, the bottom floor, and you know there's the one on the choice floor. There's one on the floor where you kind of turn. This floor right here, actually, that the Dobbs is on now. I can never remember what to call this, but there's one on the downside of here, near the south staircase. If he wants to check that too. Oh, he's not actually going to, though. That's a bit of a risk.
Yeah, and as chat's pointing out too, this is a bit of a gamble for both of them because neither one has seen Garanham and they're fading some treasure chests. Like, we know Garanham has nothing, and we know that there's pretty high odds that one of the two items they're thinking of is going to be in the bottom, but they don't know that. And
there's a treasure chest on that floor, or there's potentially a treasure chest on that floor. Ladob couldn't see it because he doesn't have Radiant, and he just didn't, like, it's 2 tiles to walk. That is... Ladob is playing it really dangerous now, betting everything on the bottom floor. Meanwhile, Stags has Radiant up, so he'll be able to see these chests if he goes near them. This could be a turning point right here, depending on where that sword and where that death necklace are.
I do just imagine in general for Ladob and Stags, if they end up on the bottom floor with no sword, they're going to start wondering, like, oh gosh, do I need to go to Cantlin? Do I need to level? It's what, 5k to the next level? Let's not do that. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people. Oh, Stags exiting, going to go check basement 1. So if it's there, that could be a huge turning point.
Yeah, this is going to come down to where everything is.
All right, well, Ladob is going to get the treasury check first here.
We have 3 in here and a potential other, I think, 4 in this floor. Oh, that's got to be it.
Look at that. I don't think that knight is supposed to be there.
Yeah. So that means Ladob will have sword, and that'll be absolutely full stop. Like, he's good to go.
Yep, that gives Ladob a huge lead. Unfortunate for Stags, he definitely took the gamble, and obviously if the sword had been in that chest he just looked at, he would have been in great shape too. But now Ladob has just got it all in front of him now.
Yeah, sword and death necklace had both been in this side room, or in the 2 chests that Ladob didn't check on the way down. Stags could have had a really potential in for a comeback, but right now it's looking like Ladob's to lose. Although the Green Dragon is going to say something about that briefly.
We've been focusing on our 2 Sharlockians over there, finishing up their searches. I'll point out that Sausage and Parsley have an interesting thing going on here too, with Sausage having the token, but Parsley, I was going to say having the experience advantage, but Sausage kept catching up with that. So we'll see how they do in the battle for what looks like it's going to be the battle for 3rd. As Ladob is going to just round this out. Stags probably going to be just a little bit behind because of that location of that sword.
Yeah, the main... I don't know that you can run into DL2 bad enough. I was going to say the main issue for Ladob could be the spike tile, but I mean, it's a golem and you got flute.
Ooh, there you go. Ladob, the only one to pick up the flute so far, and I believe golems did have... Was it DL2 breath, right? So...
I think it was Stoneman that had DL2 breath. I think that's actually the first golem we've... No, I think we have seen the golems before. Oh yeah, they do have DL2 breath. I missed that. Thank you.
Although that said, when you have the sword, I think we have like, what, 300 extra heal more, so probably not a huge deal if you don't have the flute, but eh. Alright, so Ladob just taking on this DL1 here. This is more than a free fight. I think Ladob's just wondering how much MP he's going to have when he wins. Maybe 100, who knows?
Yeah,
probably not
like...
100, but...
132, you're expecting 13.6 swings on DL2. You have more than enough heal mores for that, even if you weren't expecting doubles and weren't getting, like, free swings at the beginning and end.
I like that he's given the Dragon Lord a bath. Personally, I'd like to save this till the end and kill him with the water, but, you know, either way, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's... I think he might actually be better to just swing here, but, you know... At the moment, you're probably just, like, making sure you win, because you're really feeling the adrenaline right now. Nobody else is finished.
Oh, your attack range is way better, I think, right? Oh, no, it's roughly the same. Never mind, sorry.
Yeah, I think technically Fairwater is slightly better, but then you gotta factor in the fact that it takes less time to just press fight. So I think it's close enough where if it's absolutely free as it is, it's better to just swing.
Right, it's 8-16 versus 9-16, so technically you can't 8 it, but anyway.
Oh, Ladob's 8ing it, alright. He's having the Dragon Lord for dinner.
We have some guesses in chat, a couple guesses, saying 40 MP left, so 5 heal mores.
Meanwhile, Stag's checking the vanilla sword check. I didn't see what that was because his stream briefly lagged for a moment. Oh, it was Death Necklace. So he's got the Death Necklace now. So that'll help his ability to just mow through the Dragon Lord like, you know, hot knife through butter. Not that it's needed.
Well, he doesn't know it, but that can help make it go faster, right? If you throw the Death Necklace on, you get some higher attack power, fewer attacks, slice through Dragon Lord, etc. A little quicker. He won't need it, but meanwhile, get your GGs out for Ladob, who does in fact finish it off with 40 MP. Very nicely called, everyone in chat. And he's going to be our first place finisher.
Meanwhile, cparsley just now getting the coordinates. I think he just missed Cantlin for a while too, so right now it feels like SassageLink has that big advantage to get into third place here, which is not nothing to sneeze. Is not anything to sneeze at. You'll take every single point you can get.
Yeah, Cantlin looked like it was in a really weird spot, and it just always feels so bad when you just can't find that location. You know what you need and just will not show up. So he's still got a shot to get back in this, but yeah, it looks like Sausage has a lead on third place here.
And it looks like Ladob will be joining us for the interview, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, at this point, with Stags rounding it out, again, we can see that he's clear second place, no problem, but he's got to be feeling the pressure because he made a couple of extra Sharlock checks on the top floor. He went to judges hoping it would be there, and so now he's just hoping he can finish this off before the next player finishes. Again, we know he's fine, but he's probably sweating a little bit over there. Meanwhile, Ladob, welcome on in, GGs, and congrats on the win.
Ladob may not have had Push or Talk on, or the one thing that's interesting for Stags is that he doesn't have the flute, and he is down 38 MP, I think, from his maximum, which is a hilarious thing to say when you're having a pretty successful Sharlock dive.
Well, because he had to go, he went and checked those other spots and used some outsides, though that should be enough, right? Because Ladob finished with 40 MP, so if he's only down 38, he should be okay, but... All right, Stag's doing his final check before the DL fight. Meanwhile, Ladob, we have you back in here?
Yes, I should be here. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yes. Hey. GG's on the win, sir. Well done.
Thank you very much. Well, the heart pound in here. I was like, okay, oh, now it's a bit too slow and my strength is not there. Where will the sword be? I was like in panic that I would not have the power to beat the Dragon Lord by the end.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering. Some of the other runners had seen Garanham, so we knew. We were kind of wondering if you were sweating a little bit, worried that maybe the sword wouldn't be there.
Yes, I was like, okay, if the sword is not there, I have 110 attack and a ton of MP. I was like really counting on, tanking it. But luckily, the sword was there. Where was the Death Necklace?
Death Necklace was actually a vanilla sword, hilariously enough.
All right. Okay, I didn't find it. Was it on the other path there?
Yeah, it was on vanilla sword. You pretty much skipped every chest until the bottom, which you had it felt a bit dangerous, but also you had the advantage of already having the flame sword. So as long as you ran into Death Necklace, you were still pretty good. But Stags needing both a Death Necklace and a flame sword, Erdrick sword potentially, decided to check every chest, and that really was one of the big deciders. You ended Sharlock a little bit faster, but really made up time with Stags doing a bunch of extra checks that in the end netted him the Death Necklace only.
All right, so he arrived there before me. Okay. Well, I did this out of the way path to get the fairy waters just to be sure, right? Like this was to guarantee I can do this when I'm there.
Yeah, it was definitely a very good extra little check. It gave you a lot of cushion. Depending on what happened, you were good in a lot of different ways.
quick update as we look at the runners still going. Stags is down to his last heal more, trying to get this Dragon Lord down. And we're going to see he's got one more attack after this.
Bad rolls there. Oh, some real bad rolls there. And with SassageLink is diving at 18 now. Depending on... SassageLink is going to start making a lot of checks too. This is going to depend a lot though, because Stags has to go heal.
Well, look at what's happened here, by the way. Parsley on level 17, while Sausage was grinding 18. Parsley has jumped into Sharlock, and he's going straight for the bottom. And if he goes straight to the bottom and picks up a sword, 17 with the sword, I think, is enough. So Parsley could sneak in here all of a sudden and actually take second place, in the lead for second place now, I think, assuming he goes straight to the bottom and gets that sword.
Even if he doesn't go straight to the bottom, as long as he can arrive down with good resources, because if SassageLink is checking that left staircase, then I imagine he's going to do a lot of other checks too. So like this is a pretty big turnaround, because it seemed like Stags was in the running for first place, and then it seemed like second place was going to be his to lose. But that rough luck of DL2 fight, I think he was still pretty good. Like, I think he had 10 Healmores at 142. That feels good. Yeah, I'm desperately checking my chart. That feels good. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, so Stag's rediving. Sausage is going to check things we know are empty again. And Parsley's making his way to the bottom.
One thing I will say is Parsley has already missed out on 18 MP, so he's running a little bit low, had a rough fight against the Golem. We'll be checking Vanilla's sword. That'll cost him some time. Especially if this Golem keeps... Man, not having the flute is really hurting cparsley right now.
So Ladob, while we have you here and we're talking about the different flags and everything, I guess I just wanted to ask for week one, what was the kind of different flag that I want to say maybe threw you most for a loop this seed? I don't know that we saw you were really thrown for a loop this seed, but just wondering which one maybe worried you or which one kind of caught you out most this week.
While I was training for the seeds, I must say I found this week one very relaxing. I was like, okay, I'm pretty confident about my knowledge of the locations of the chests, right? I have my strats, how to search for them, like this random chest stuff. And the one thing that I was not hoping for was that the mountain cave landed on the castle. That always throws things up a bit because you can't really explore it, you have to go back. But otherwise, I find week one very, very relaxing. My problems week two, I hate stair shuffle, not a fan of it. But yeah, looking forward to it. I have my tricks here, but I can't show it because I have a very big map that I have needles that I can put on it, and I put my needles there so that I remember where I was, and every needle has a color so that I can know which stairs I've been to. That's okay, right? You can use this kind of help.
Yeah. I think everybody has some sort of system for stair shuffle at this point. I have a second monitor with like a paint window open to just quickly scribble things down in the hopes that I don't get lost too badly.
I wasn't sure, Ladob. I was almost expecting you to say random chests with the sword and Sharlock like we ran into here. That's kind of where I was guessing that was going. That didn't bother you too much though, as I guess we saw, right?
Yeah, that's true. That happened. I guess that 110 attack, that gave me the confidence. I was not too afraid of it. One thing that I was hoping to happen to me, but that sadly didn't happen, and it's rare anyway, was that lucky encounter with the protectors while you are on the map, right? Like you are on a region which is clearly region 1 or 0, and then suddenly that knight there, and then you know, yes, I found it! the hidden spot.
I definitely did that in some of my practices where anytime I would kill a potential guard, whether it's a knight, search, mad whoever, search, anything. Even if I seen 10 of them in the zone, I'm like, search. So I understand that.
Yeah, we actually had a funny moment last night, I think. with the first race of the season where Archfield ran into a potential spike tile enemy while doing a count and searched it afterwards, and it turns out he just ran into a random spike tile potential enemy one tile away from the actual search spot.
Oh man,
So it's a really fun flag to have on sometimes. But this is going to be down to the absolute wire right now. I think Stags is going to enter the fight with roughly a little bit more resources than he did last time, I think.
maybe one heal more. Oh, he tried to fade the breath because he was down on MP. He had a rough dive. He got blocked several times and had to burn some heal mores. Parsley is there as long as he gets to this golem. Is going to be there with I think enough resources. Sausage still searching. Parsley I think is all of a sudden in there for second place.
Oh man. So there's some mention in chat. It seems like he probably knew about the breath. So that's just, oh, that's unfortunate. I think the thing is that I think he was, like you said, he was probably gun shy because of that first failure. But the first failure, really, 10 heal mores, you should be good at 142. You can't take that risk there. Oh man.
Parsley swinging on the golem at 14 HP and able to take it down with a killing blow. Parsley's going to go in with 10 heal mores again, so we'll see if 10 heal mores treats him better, but I don't think he has the death necklace. He might get some doubles along the way. But
He did have the death necklace, but I don't think he put it on. It's hard to tell. We'll see
oh,
when
did he go get it?
Yeah, he definitely got it.
Unlike Stags' attempt, instead of getting back attacked, Parsley getting the opening double, so that's going to help a lot, obviously. Ooh, he herbed. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird decision. Maybe a mistake.
I mean, the herb got him over 48, but yeah, you have to go heal more the next turn anyway, so...
That said, he's only healing to 112, so he did indeed, I think, put on the death necklace, or he's getting some really bad heals. Another herb.
Well, it took him above 48, and he doesn't have any more herbs left, so he'll just go back to the heal mores that are probably a little more straightforward.
Meanwhile, SassageLink now getting to the final floor finally, and he'll get his sword soon. So if... Oh, but he gets back attacked by the golem. Oh, man. Still, he's in good shape. If he can... If this fight doesn't go well for cparsley, then now SassageLink is in a good position to get second.
I don't know, this is so confusing. Ladob, as our resident expert having won this seed, who do you got in this? I don't know what's happening. This has been so back and forth. It's crazy. I think at every turn, someone has been in the lead for second place. All right, so Parsley coming down. He's got 2 more heal mores left. Boy, I'd really like to find another double if that's possible. But...
As Chad is noting, a lot of these rolls are not going well for cparsley. I don't know that he has this. Another.
Yeah.
He needs to hurt more there.
Yeah, I think he's got to hurt more at this point because he's running into so many sub-double-digit rolls, and he shouldn't be.
Although it was fun, he used that herb to calm down his nerves in front of the Dragon Lord.
Oh, he did go for it. He knew he was short, and he went for it. He took his shot, but didn't go. So now SassageLink is in the lead for second place.
And I think we're seeing, as Chad has mentioned, like, the Fairy Flute is actually kind of huge here. That Golem is hard to get through without losing resources if you don't have the Fairy Flute, because that deals you breath. It just has the breath you once, and you're in a position where you potentially need to heal more in the fight.
I also think this is one of those Sharlocks where you put a lot of quotation marks around the easy part. This is not really panned out to be an easy Sharlock by any stretch. They're all losing resources on the way down before they even get to the Golem.
Yeah, the problem is that, like, most of the enemies we've seen down here can't be repelled, and even if they could be, cparsley, I don't know if he has a shield at all. The other two still have large shields because there just wasn't really a chance to easily factor in a silver shield. So there's just not a lot you can repel, and if you can't repel, alternate run algorithm can really bite you in Sharlock.
Parley is about to level up again, though. That may help him a bit.
Yeah, the Golem's going to give him a level, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I remember when I note set 17, won't really cut it, made for to 18. And then I used the GPS to see, and then 6,000 XP. I was like, okay.
I know, that's the thing with these flags. Sometimes you're like, it's kind of borderline, I have like 12 experience left to the next level. Other times you're like, 6,000 experience, we're going to make this one work.
Yeah. I was in a random pickup race with, it wasn't this flag set, but I was in a random pickup race with Archfield and Aaron Two, and I think I saw 16,000 to the next level, and basically just decided, no, I'm doing it on this level or I'm forfeiting. I don't have time for that.
All right, Stags gets through. Stags is going to have 12. Oh, he has herbs, so he's going to have 13 heal mores, and should be good. But Sausage is at the Dragon Lord with those same, with 14 heal mores. So Sausage looks like he's got a little advantage here.
Yeah, didn't get an opening double because of a back attack, but he did still get an opening swing, and he does have the Death Necklace on with a lot more resources. So this feels free in SassageLink's case. That said, it should also probably be free in Stag's case, so I think they're in good position to take second and third.
I was gonna say I'm getting confident enough to say Sausage is probably getting second, Stags probably third, but this has changed so many times. I don't know.
Yeah, I still kind of want to go back at some point and just watch what happened on Stag's first attempt, because it felt so made in the shade, and then it wasn't. So it's hard to say that anything is free, but it feels free.
It does feel free. I think I've said that for about 2 or 3 Dragon Lord fights tonight, though, so,
Yeah, the one thing I will note is the HP when you put on Death Necklace is so very... It's just fringy enough where you get, like I've seen a couple times, SassageLink lost out on a swing because he got put down to just 48, and you don't want to risk it.
This time looks like it's going a lot better for SassageLink, though. He still has 3 heal mores to go, and I think he's somewhere in range, right? Yep, there he goes. Max roll to win.
So get your GGs out for SassageLink. He will finish in second. Time incoming shortly.
And yes, chat mentioning too that Stags on his previous DL fight did get back attack. That obviously cost him an attack. And maybe, as it all turns out, maybe cost him second place.
Yeah, that's just rough. And SassageLink will finish in second with a time of 1 hour and 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Probably knowing that things went badly for quite a few racers, given the gap between first and second, and that things went badly for him as well. He's probably just thinking, wow, what kind of crapshoot was that? Stags will also finish in third place with a time of 1 hour and 4 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah, so GG's to Stags as well, who had a rough go of it in Charlock, still only 30 seconds off of second place, despite all the troubles in Charlock. So GG's to Stags as well.
And we have joining us in the booth SassageLink. Stags may join us later. GG, Sausage.
Thanks, I guess.
Boy, Sausage, I gotta tell you, I gotta ask I want to say how you felt about that. I think at various points in this seed, we said you're a clear first, you're a clear second, you're a clear third, and you're a clear fourth. And we went back through those numbers lots of times. That was really all over the place. How did it feel from your end?
I felt really stupid. I spent about 15 minutes just searching for the sword, forgetting it could be in Charlock, and that really hurt me.
I mean, it might not have hurt you in the end. You were the only one to have checked Garenham, so if it had actually been in Garenham, your search would have paid off in spades. There's an alternate universe where Ladob and Stags both checked Charlock, and you were the only one to check Garenham, and you win by a mile. It's just that kind of seed today, so I don't take anything about negativity about it. It's just, man, what a rough seed needing to dive Charlock to get all the items.
Yeah, it hit that point where I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be in one of those goofy chests in Charlock, but then it ended up being right in the basement.
we're also joined by Stags, GG's Stags. Same comment to Sassage at the end there. I think we went through all the numbers. Stags has got second, Stags has got third, Stags has got fourth, Stags has got second again, he's got fourth, he's got third, he's got... how'd that go for you? That was a pretty rough ending.
Why, you know, that could have been done 14 minutes earlier.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, chat was pointing out there was some really rough luck on those DL fights too.
You know, my second dive was I ran into that Axe Knight with Velcro, and that really hurt me. But the first dive, you know, I got ambushed and had to throw out the heal more right away. I don't know how close I got. I wasn't counting, but that could have been there.
Yeah, I don't think we had a count, but like I remember specifically looking at you going into that fight with 10 Healmores and thinking, oh, that's free. He's got second. And then just suddenly it was, I looked at your screen and I was seeing low rolls. Same thing happened to Sausage when he tried his first DL2 fight, I think. You felt like he was free and then free and clear, and then you just look at his rolls and you're seeing like 9s and just terrible rolls. It was some really bad RNG on DL2 fights today.
You know, but otherwise, for the first 25 minutes, I thought, wow, this is just flying. I can't imagine not being ahead at that point, which is never a good thought.
When I always think the opposite when that happens. Every time the seed flies, I think, oh no, someone already did all that. I'm behind.
Yeah, usually, even 5 minutes in, I'm thinking, I'm so behind.
Yeah, I feel like with these flag sets, with this week 1 flag set, just such a flurry of activity. I feel like you never really know if you're ahead or behind, and that certainly has got to make the end a lot more stressful as well.
You know, getting into Hawks, I was out of resources. I ended up getting into that Blue Dragon fight, I want to say with 39 HP and 1 hurt more.
Yeah,
and I was able to take it down.
That was actually amazing to watch. We didn't think you had a chance, and then you just land the swing, get a good roll on the swing, don't immediately get killed because of a low roll by the Blue Dragon, and then you just land the hurt one. It was magical to watch.
Yeah, so I plan to watch back about the first 47, 48 minutes, and then the next 15 minutes are exactly how not to play endgame in this game.
Well, we were saying it wasn't exactly an easy Charlock, and getting back attacked by the Dragonlord doesn't help either. Meanwhile, Parsley getting the Dragonlord down, taking it out, getting the Ball of Light, and finishing the seed off with a nice stroll back to the castle. So get your GGs out for Parsley, who also at one point was looking like in the lead for second place, gave it a valiant effort, and GGs to Parsley.
And also, GG's Ladob and Sassage. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, and GG's everyone.
While we're waiting to see if Parsley can join us in here, I'll ask the three of you, looking ahead to next week. Next week's a bit of a polarizing week because we bring up that evil C word. How are we feeling about next week, everyone?
I didn't practice, and that's pretty much my approach for the rest of this.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna turn the C word into confidence. Confident. I want to nail that stair shuffle. Like stair shuffle next week, right? If I'm not wrong. And we can deliver the princess, so that is also nice.
Oh, I think is that week 3? I think next week is chaos, right?
Yeah,
I think that's the C word. Which, if you figure out how to turn that into confidence, please let me know. I haven't figured that one out yet.
No, you just find a skeleton really early that will get you 280 XP. It's really an easy game.
All right, looks like we have Parsley joining us in the booth here. Welcome, Parsley. GG's. That was one heck of an ending. I don't know. Well, I guess you wouldn't have seen it, but there was a point everyone was diving and everyone was in the lead for second place, and you almost had it there except for a pretty mean DL2 fight.
Damn. That's all I can say on that one. Took me forever to find Caitlin.
Right, we were talking about that too. Caitlin was in a weird little spot nestled between the mountains and the ocean there.
Yeah, once I finally found it and then found the coordinates, I'm going, wait a minute, that should be in that area. Thank God I had Guadalin's Love just about 5 minutes prior. And that's what led me to try that dive on 17, because I figured I had to be so far behind it wasn't funny.
Yeah, that nearly got you back into it. I think at that point both Stags and SassageLink had both had a crack at second place with the DL2 fight, and it just hadn't gone their way. And then you were in, and it was a madcap finish.
The only problem I have a feeling now, I'm thinking back, should I have thrown on that death necklace at 17?
Yeah, it's a lot rougher at 131 HP, I think, was what you were at 17, whereas 18 gave you a little bit more of a cushion.
Yeah, once I had that, I was actually going down basement 3 when I hit that level, and I was like, screw it, I'm immediately leaving. Standard Hotel's right next door. Get my Dell, looked at Guadalupe, saw it was 5,400 or so for next level, and I'm like, nah, we're doing this now.
Any other thoughts on that seed? I asked Ladob, but were there any flags in particular that kind of maybe threw you, or that you weren't really excited to see how they panned out tonight?
Well, I haven't done treasure guards or random chests before. I did one seed by myself like at 1 o'clock this afternoon, just trying to get me there, because I'm a late entrant. I just entered this morning at like 9 a.m. And yeah, it showed.
And treasure guards were definitely the one I was going to point out also. I kind of made an oops.
Yeah, that was a little shock. I go into the treasury and what the hell is a wizard there?
No, I killed the wizard on the search tile and then just buggered off and didn't pick up the token and had to come all the way back.
Yeah, it was.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Yeah, we noticed that. Was that because of the level? Because you actually hit, I believe, 18 on the wizard, and it seemed like maybe we were wondering if you got a little bit distracted by it.
Yeah, let's go with that.
We'll go with that.
The wizard enchanted you.
Well,
I wish he enchanted a little longer then.
it was a long walkthrough.
Mike was pointing out in chat that it was only 75 seconds. I don't know if that makes it sound longer or shorter.
I don't either. It was so long. But thank you guys for pushing buttons and hopping in the booth tonight. It makes it a lot of fun to be able to go back and watch the restream on that. And also GG's, Parsley.
Well, I made the joke ahead of time, and well, it seems the joke was true. Well, there's still multiple rounds to try.
Well, you all were fighting Dragon Lord 2 with a shot for second place, so it was a very, very close race for second place. I don't know how it necessarily felt from your perspective, but looking at everyone, it was a very, very close race for second place. All right, any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Nope, just want to say thank you to everybody for putting this on, everybody for watching. It was a lot of fun, and GG's, everyone.
GG's for all of you guys as well. I've just got my niece came down here and wants to watch cats on YouTube, so I'm going to be handing her the laptop momentarily.
GG's, everyone. Looking forward to chaos.
With confidence. All right. And cats apparently. All right, so you can see our schedule here. We've got tomorrow night 3 races going, so you can expect more week 1 action from that. Secret Agent Man, anything else before we wrap up here tonight?
It was just a really exciting race to watch. Really interesting race in terms of a lot of decision making at points. A lot of racers did the exact same thing, but it was really interesting to watch and say, well, what is someone going to do there? What would I do there? Especially that in dive gambling on the sword being there or not. So it was a really fun race to watch, and GG to all of you. Looks like we're going to be rating Fred.
All right. Yes, I don't think I've had a race where I've thought all 3 people were clear second place. So make sure to give our runners a follow. Ladob, SassageLink, Stags28, cparsley. As always, thank you so much to all the people behind the scenes putting this on. We had Mike and Smashy tracking and Archfield Monk restreaming. I feel like they're doing something every night. So thank you very much for your help. And thank you, man, for jumping in as well. I guess we're going to send it over to Fred, right? So I hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you back here soon for some more Week 1 Winter League action.